Man, raise your hand and listen to Mr. Perry. Stand up. Stand up. Fans, stand up.
Well, we're supposed to be in air conditioning fixing up. It's been out a week.
Trumpets, fillets, get all the brains.
The other night, I think I'm gonna, you know, that last room. It's got a little air conditioner in it, so I'm gonna go in there and sleep tonight. It's been nice now to where on the back porch would be in the 80s. I just wonder if these are out there on the back porch.
I actually Clarinets fill in behind, stack up, two food spread out.
Yeah.
Clarinets
supposed to be coming through.
Down to the food row also. Y'all would do all the account.
At least we have some camera lore, or some cameraman lore.
Yep, here's the deal.
Carlos may be all the way. Yeah, right there, Casey.
Like, what they do to be told?
And now Barry's based on that top row.
No one would want to fight
But he only got snacks.
Stand up. Stand up.
Yeah, I started looking at that after the game. I've been looking at some stats and people play college football. And it's not bad. He didn't have a bad. It is a little bad, but it's all
Calvin?
He's Calvin.
Calvin and you are?
Robert.
Robert. Calvin and Robert. All right.
Yes.
Lively. At defensive end, number 5, Jatavian Sonia. At defensive end, number 11, Lonnie Brown. At linebacker, number 17, Mike Sanchez. At linebacker, number 0, Dale Montgomery. At jack, number 7, Anthony Anderson. At cornerback, number 12, Desmond Williams. At cornerback, number 15, Rashad Wilford. At safety, number 8, Jaden Sevilla. And at safety, number 14, Boston Johnson. On defense tonight for the Vandals, at defensive tackle number 33, Raylan King. At defensive tackle number 31, Angel Amendares. At linebacker number 5, Tim Jones. At linebacker number 22, Carter Admire. At defensive end, number 14, Greg Barton. At defensive end, number 13, Tom Williams. At outside linebacker, number 4, Boston Blaylock. At cornerback, number 0, Fabian Williams. At cornerback, number 10, Dylan Johnson. At strong safety, number 1, Parker Rainey. And at free safety, number 24, Ian Hobson. On offense tonight for the Parks, at center, number 64, Tristan Lowe. At left guard, number 70, Alex Laura. At right guard, number 77, Jeremiah Allison. At left tackle, number 75, Tristan Poole. At right tackle, number 55, Jacaden Waters. At receiver, number 15, Rashad Wilford. At receiver, number 4, Tabor Homer. At receiver, number 2, Ashton Valentine. At fullback, number 29, Rick Britton. At running back, number 6, Roger Everett. And at quarterback, number 31, Colton Croft. On offense tonight for the Van Vandals, at center, number 52, Collier Bryant. At left guard, number 55, Jace Wilson. At right guard, number 77, Landon Robinson. At left tackle, number 50, Reed Halton. At right tackle, number 70, Carter Brooks. At receiver, number 82, Connor Amos. At receiver, number 8, Cash Walker. At receiver, number 3, Aiden Lewis. At H-back, number 20, Case
check your section.
And at quarterback, number 7, Wally Beach.
Go around, check your section.
I'd like to introduce now the 2025-2026 varsity cheerleaders. Senior captain, Hadley Penny. Senior co-captain, Avery Crouch. Senior co-captain, Bree Plunk. Senior spirit captain, Emery Stepflug. Senior, Kelly Stefka. Senior, Sierra Gillian. Junior, Thithia Caldwell. Junior, Abigail Moreno. Junior, Cadence Thompson. Sophomore, Melody Hicks. Sophomore, Charlotte McKinney. Sophomore, McKenna Monk. Sophomore, Tegan Mills. Sophomore, Layla Tate. Sophomore, Chloe Wolf. Mascot, senior, Tatum Burton. The manager is Emery Armstrong. The assistant coach is Marianne Garrett. And the head coach is Elizabeth Harvey. Your 2025-2026 varsity cheerleaders.
Captains, as soon as you're done, bring your tuner back. Also, school song in about 4 minutes.
My brother's watching from the Dominican Republic. And he just called me on the phone.
Tonight, Project Graduation is selling Chick-fil-A sandwiches and other concession stands under the bleachers on the home side.
Yes, sir. Yeah. It's camera one. Yes. Camera 2 is the one with the green light on top of it. Camera 1 is the big one. Okay. Or is it right there? Yeah. The dot's in the center. Before I do anything, the dot is leveled out. I'm not sure.
It's the way with screw traps.
It's not just go to the bathroom. You don't let like all of the first trumpets go to the bathroom at the same Brass, quick spread out, you can spread out all the way to the rail. Brass, Brandon, Dylan, you can go all the way to the rail. Oh, they can go that way. Brass, can you please go inside the color? Kate, Trey, move to your right. Caden, Trey, move to your right. Don't be past there either. Stay inside the team. Stand by. Everybody stand.
What's it all crooked for? Remote.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise for the invocation followed by our school songs? The invocation tonight
I refuse to rise.
Will McDonald, Man High School student.
Wind feels good up here.
Lord, I just pray that you will be with all the players and coaches tonight on the field. Please protect them and guide them tonight and fill them with good sportsmanship. I pray that they play their best, honor each other, and glorify you. Amen.
Prayer was over before I knew she was praying.
Stand by.
And now the Pine Tree Pirate Alma Mater.
Calvin, sorry. So when you're moving the camera, last that scrimmage game, let's look this up. On that scrimmage game the other day, you was trying to tilt the camera up and down and pan right and left. Just so it's cleaner, don't worry about up and down. Don't try to follow the ball. Just follow the player. That's all you're going to be doing right now. Okay? So don't worry about your up and down. So right here where you're at, you should be able to get pretty tight on the play. Just going right or left. Okay. This camera over here, just keep it wide.
How is it unlevel but level?
Because this moves also, so this could be level, but from here up could be unlevel. So anytime, even though the tripod's level, that don't mean your camera's gonna be level. So you always want to check your horizon with your camera. And that goes with any camera. Always check your horizon. Yo. Once I go down there and click the button, give me 30 minutes.
Tonight, the Van Nuys State Education Foundation is proud to recognize the 2025 UIL Social Studies State Champions. For the third year in a row, our Social Studies team claimed the state title. In 2025, the team achieved 17 invitational wins, securing district, regional, and state championships with an impressive overall record of 20 wins and no losses. To honor their achievement, the Van Education Foundation will be presenting the team with their state championship rings. The rings were purchased through a grant from the foundation. The members of the 2025 state championship team are senior Reed Reynolds, who could not be here tonight. He's already at Texas A&M. Senior April Correa. Sophomore Lauren DePria. sophomore, Yamir Oviedo.
Welcome to Van, Texas. You are now with the Verabank Pine Tree Live broadcast team of Michael Clemens Jr. and Coach Angel Rocha. We are here live in Van, Texas, where your Pine Tree Pirates are set to take on the Van Vandals. The Pirates come in after a tough loss last week to the Gilmer Buckeyes at home. It was a close game, but a few special teams errors and turnovers ended up being the difference in that ball game. The Van Vandals come into this game 1-0 after a win against Dallas Carter Cowboys last week, an opponent that the Pirates will face next week. Van comes into this game 1-0 after a win last week, and they were able to force some turnovers, and that could be one of the stories tonight. There's going to be plenty of playmakers and a lot of running the ball. Coach, what do you got for us?
Yeah, Mike, just happy to be out here. We're out here in the stands, actually, in Van, in a beautiful stadium. I know it's one of the older stadiums in East Texas, but, man, beautiful stadium, beautiful site. Man, just excited to see how Pine Tree responds after last week. I don't think that the score really tells the story of the game. I mean, for the longest part of the game, I mean, it was a one-score game for most of that game until some key turnovers, like you said, kind of did the Pirates in towards the end, and it kind of got away from them at the end. But, you know, just like the fight song says, you know, Pirate fight never dies. Pine Tree kept on playing, and I'm excited to see how they're going to bounce back and get back after it here now that we're at Van, and a familiar foe. It's one that, you know, they have played for quite some time in the pre-district, and so now that they're formidable 4A opponents now, we have some familiarity with them, have played them for quite a few years. You know, last year we beat them 36-30, and then year before that we actually dropped one to them when Van beat Pine Tree here 24-17. So very excited to see what this game is going to bring us today.
Coach, last week Dallas Carter was down a pretty good ways to the Vandals, and later in the game Dallas Carter was able to make a game of it. It was kind of the opposite of the Pirates. The Pirates were able to keep their game close all the way until the fourth quarter, and then that's when just a few mistakes helped blow the game open. But really, the Pirates looked pretty good last week, Coach. Where do you feel like this team is at, knowing, and before I ask this question too, the Vandals come in, I think they're only returning 9 starters. So both of these teams lost their quarterbacks last year, quarterbacks that were established, had been well-known leaders on their team. Both teams come into this game with really fresh leadership, a lot of turnover. What do you think both these teams' focus is going to be tonight?
Just establishing their identity. You know, we saw that a little bit last week with Pine Tree. You know, were they going to be a throwing team? Were they going to be a running team? What was their identity going to be on defense, especially after changing defensive coordinators? So I think you're going to see a lot of that. Still trying to figure out who they were. Obviously, Van found a little bit of its identity and their offense. I mean, to put up 38 points against a Carter team that we know is pretty good, you got to think that it's going to be quite the battle offensively, and it's going to be a matter of who shows up on defense. And as far as what to see tonight from the Pirates, I mean, I'm very excited about our impact players for tonight's game. You know, I picked number 14, Boston Johnson, who showed out a little bit last week on the offensive, on the defensive side. Roger Attaway was a name that we were very excited about seeing last year. And then Rashad Walford, he's the name that, you know, kind of popped off of the roster last week, especially what he was doing offensively, defensively. A lot of these players are two-way players, but I think this week those 3 players are going to continue on what they started on last week.
Well, I like how you highlighted Roger Attaway. And Attaway, we got to see his speed towards the end of that game as the Pirates are coming out at this time. But, Coach, Attaway really showed some explosiveness towards the end of the game last week. And Dallas Carter had 2 running backs both rush over 100 yards. Do you potentially see a big game for him tonight?
Yeah, I mean, and that's the deal. I mean, even with all the throws that, you know, Croft was able to make in last week's game, still Attaway still almost got 200 yards of offense. And that says a lot about the running back and the running game and the mentality that Coach Bachman has always had and has been able to carry on in his game planning. But it also says a lot about the offensive line. I mean, that offensive line is young, it's tested, and they're still bringing out its identity. And I think when you have a guy that can rush for almost 200 yards, given the chances that he was given, it says a lot about that offensive line. So I'm excited about it.
Well, Coach, last week Van defense allowed 335 rushing yards out of Carter's total 410 yards. So, remember last week you mentioned that the passing game has really picked up for the Pirates this year. Could be a little bit different story tonight. We're going to go to the field. It's national anthem time. When we come back, we'll continue the Croft pregame show.
The officials for tonight's contest are the referee, Mike Jones, umpire, Les Smith.
Ahoy, hello, and welcome to Mal Fowler Field in Van, Texas, where your Pine Tree Pirates are set to take on the Van Vandals tonight. It is a beautiful evening here in Van. It's cooling off after a warm day, and the captains are headed out to midfield for the coin toss.
Yeah, as far as captains go, for the Pine Tree Pirates, you have number 9, Chris Nichols, number 6, Roger Attaway, number 14, Boston Johnson, number 31, Colton Croft, and number 70, Alex Latta.
For Van, we have number 16, Matt Oxford, number 33, Waylon King, number 82, Connor Ammons, and number 77, Landon Robinson. Those are your captains tonight, sponsored by Marketing with April. And it is time for the coin toss.
And as we get ready for the coin toss, I want to go ahead and go over Coach's keys to the game, the 3 things that I believe that Pine Tree is going to have to be able to do to be able to come out victorious in this game. Well, the first one is to win the special teams battle. We saw how quick the swing was last week and the 12-point swing that kind of ended up spelling the result out for the Pine Tree Pirates when they were able to get the field goal block and that punt that really didn't work out in their favor. They're also going to have to win the turnover battle. Obviously, turnovers killed us, especially the turnover that was.
So the Pirates have deferred. They won the coin toss. They deferred to the second half. They will kick. So we will see this talented Pirate defense on the field first, and we'll get to see what this Van offense is all about as we're getting ready to start here in Van, Texas.
And then lastly, they're going to have to establish the next guys. I think that was one of my points last week as well. This week, I think they're going to have a little bit more of a chance to do it. Now these guys have a varsity start or a varsity game under their belt. The nights of Friday night aren't that bright anymore. So now expect for the Pirates, especially those new ones that are coming into their own this year, expect them to settle down and have a better game than they did last year. And that's to say that they really didn't have a bad game last year. Just a couple things went the wrong way, bounced the wrong way, and it turned out with the result that they did. But they, for the most part, were in the game for a long time of that game, and I can't wait to see what they do here tonight.
Well, Coach, this has kind of became a little bit of a preseason rivalry between these two teams.
Definitely. I mean, and you haven't, like I said, it hasn't just been one way or the other, and they haven't been lopsided wins for either team. Last year, 36-30. The year before that, it was 24-17. So, I mean, you're talking about one-score games each way, and they both split in the last 2 years. So it'll be interesting to see what they do this year.
Coach, I'm so excited. Here we go. It's Friday night, week 2 of high school football. Pirates are ready to kick off here in Van, Texas. Let's go. Football's underway. And Ibarra's kick will go through the end zone just like it did last week. It's going to be a touchback.
And that's a great sight for Julian Ibarra to be able to see that kind of kick to start off a game. The kicking coach, Alex Barone, kind of told me before the game, man, he is kicking it, he's booting it, feels really confident about tonight. So excited to see what his role will be tonight as we get started into this game.
Van will come onto the field. Their quarterback, Raleigh Hinch. Last week, Raleigh was 9 of 20 for 163 yards, no touchdowns and 1 interception. And they will start off with a run early here, right side. Carrying the ball is DeQuavion Williams, the senior running back. The name Pirates have heard before. He'll pick up a nice gain on the first play. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
And we'll go ahead and take a look at tonight's starters for the most part. This is a very experienced defensive team, especially with number 0, Dalen Montgomery in the backfield, followed up by Jaden Servia, who's in the back looking for an interception.
And that pass will go out of bounds. It will be 3rd down.
Yeah, and on that one, there's another guy that's pretty familiar to both sides of the ball, and we kind of talked about him in the impact player portion of the game. Boston Johnson out there defending on that play. And look for Van to try to sling it around a little bit. They had some success last week against Carter, but with this big offensive line, expect them to run it as well.
Running should be the story for these Vandals. Williams and Rainey are a 1-2 punch. 3rd down, 5, 11:27 to go, first quarter. It's going to be a slant, and great coverage on the play. And coming up with the stop right there for the Pirates is Jaden Servia, the senior. Great play by Jordan. It will bring up 4th down, so great 3 and out by the Pirates on this Van opening drive.
Great play, great break on the play for Jaden Servia. Was able to keep an eye on number 82 for Van, number 82, Connor Ammons, who had 59 yards, 4 receptions last week. So he'll be one of those players that they look to try to get to.
And it's a low punt, goes off the side of the foot of Raleigh Hinch, the quarterback. He's also the punter. I think he could have threw that one further than he punted it, but it went out of bounds, and to the benefit of the Pirates, they will start at the 45-yard line of the Vandals. The Pirates with great field position to start this game. Croft at quarterback, shotgun formation. And they're going to start off with the pass. He's going to hit his receiver, and he'll pick up a 1st down. Good pass and catch right there is Rashad Wofford last week, who had the opening touchdown for the Pirates.
And here's a look at tonight's starters on offense. And like we said, Rashad Wofford's going to be one of those names that kind of pops off to you this year. He's going to be that next Jordan Taylor, that next kind of big-time wide receiver that, you know, the quarterback finds in big moments. And so very excited to see what he has, but don't forget about number 6 in the backfield, Mr. Attaway, who had a great night last week.
Pirates 1st down and 10 at the Vandal 30-yard line. And we've got some movement. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty, offsides on the Pirates. Little movement early. Be 1st down 15.
And I like the first play for the Pirates, Mike. You know, just, you know, something real simple, just a hitch route, go for minimum yardage, but then let your playmakers end up getting the rest of the yardage. Let them accumulate that yak yardage, and that's the yards after catch. And so very, very smart play on the first one, but this is something that the Pirates can't do. They can't get behind the sticks on the first play.
1st down 15. Ball on the Vandal 35, I formation. And there we go. We get to see our running back early, and he's headed to the end zone. That's Attaway going in for a PDQ America PT TD Pine Tree touchdown. 35-yard run by Attaway puts the Pirates in the lead.
What an amazing play, and what an amazing hole for Attaway to just really just go through untouched, what a great job by those offensive linemen. We don't sing their praise enough, but you're talking about guys like Alex Lahr, Jeremiah Allison, Anthony Ockimich, Caden Waters. Man, those guys opened up the hole for him, and, man, he was able to go untouched, basically. What a great play.
And on to kick the extra point. It's number 26, Julian Ibarra. Hold, kick, straight down Broadway. It's 7-0 here in Van, Texas. We're going to take a break. When we come back, your Pirates kicking off to the Vandals. 7-0 Bucks.
All across East Texas and around the world, former Kilgore College students are working hard for their best life. They're building a brighter future. They're moving in the right direction. They're in powerful positions. And they're superheroes protecting and serving. If you're ready to work for your best life, put Kilgore College to work for you.
Welcome back to Van. We're your Pirates. Roger Attaway with a 35-yard touchdown run on the second play of the game for the Pirates. Opens up the Bucks with a lead 7-0 here in Van, Texas. Van went 3 and out on their opening drive, punted to the Pirates. They had the ball starting at the Van 45-yard line, and 2 plays later, they're in the end zone. So we're roughly a minute and a half into this game. 10:24 to go, first quarter. Ibarra is on to kick back off to the Vandals. Pirate offense looking good early. And Ibarra's kick looks very similar to the first one. This one's going to be returned, though. Caught at the goal line by the returner. That's Ian Hobson. And Ian's going to be taken down at the 27-yard line, and that's where the Vandals will begin their second drive of the contest.
What a weapon to have on your special teams when you have a kicker that can get it to the end zone and either scare people about not taking it back and just getting it out to the 25, or trying their hand at it, and right there was able to slip a tackle and get a couple more yards, but not too much more than what he would have gotten on a touchback. So that's a great job by the Pirate special teams so far, winning the special teams battle.
And, Coach, that's a battle to watch tonight, too. After last week's special teams just miscues by the Pirates, that's something to watch. So special teams looking good early here for the Pirates. As Coach Moffitt of the Vandals looking for some clarification on the opponent's sideline. Moffitt, a good coach for the Vandals. I think I read they had made the playoffs like 26 out of the last 27 years here in Van.
He definitely has it going in the right direction, especially watching the underlevels play last night at Pirate Stadium.
And handoff left side. Coming in the tackle is Lively, missing it. But picking him up right there is Boston Johnson.
That was number 0, DeQuavian Williams on the run. He'll be a factor as well in the passing game. Had a catch last week for 21 yards on 3 targets. And he's running behind an offensive line that averages around across the board 290 pounds, Mike.
That's a big offensive line. We didn't have that big of an offensive line at Sabine when I was in school, Coach.
Tatum had a couple big guys like that.
Oh, did they? As the Van quarterback, left side. He's going to pick up the first down. He'll have it across the 45 out to the 47-yard line. Good run by Raleigh Hitch. Raleigh's specialty is going to be running the ball, and that's really what the Vandals are going to be good at, which the Pirates had some success last week, Coach, stopping the run.
A whole lot. We got to see a little bit of that identity that Coach Blanco is bringing in this year to the defense, coming in the place of Coach Hampton from last year. And right there, you can see that the defensive back, the defensive line, everybody's going to play physical, especially with that tackle right there by Walford.
Van going right back to Williams. Pirates sniff it out, and they'll have him at the line of scrimmage bottled up. No gain on the play for DeQuavian Williams. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
And he got introduced to our number 0, Dalen Montgomery, who had a pretty good game last week. He had a touchdown, had a couple of big-time hits and tackles. And he'll continue to do that. And like I said, this is a team, a Pine Tree Pirate team, that's really going to find its identity by the players that go both ways.
Second down and 10 at the Vandal 46. 8:28 to go, first quarter. Raleigh Hinch at quarterback for the Vandals. Quarterback keeper up the middle. Picks up a nice game, lively there. Excuse me, that was Anthony Anderson on the tackle.
Kind of like you said earlier, Mike, that's kind of where Van does have a lot of its identity, especially in the last 2 years, is that run game, especially off of that that RPO, that run pass option, where they're going to fake it and have the option to just pull it and run it. And we've seen Van have mobile quarterbacks that are dual threat, as to say. And, you know, we saw that last year, and I think Moffitt, you know, his son was quarterback last year. Yeah. And so we've seen mobile quarterbacks, but guys that can also sling it. So you got to have enough respect to cover both of them.
First down and 10. Vandals in Pirate territory, first time tonight. That pass complete to Ian Hobson. Ian's going to pick up a gain of 3 yards on the play, second down.
These short passes, hopefully the Pirates stay disciplined, don't fall into the same trap that they did last week, where they were able to not be disciplined and let a big play go over their heads.
That dink and dunk game can be like a glass case of emotion, Coach. It just it can just drive you crazy, because you think you have the pass coverage and you got the quarterback under pressure, and they just able to dump it off.
Well, it can definitely put your defense in a pickle. And to ask this, but with this defense, I think they learn, especially after weeks, this past week of watching film and being able to work on those mistakes. And with a young team, they're hungry, Mike. They're hungry to not be the team that lets their school community down, but also what was laid before them and the team that happened last year.
6.5 to go, first quarter. It is third down and 1. Vandals at the 35-yard line of the Pirates. Raleigh hands off up the middle. Williams will have the first down. Coach, it almost looks like Hinch is moving slightly before they're saying, like, he's getting the snap. Now, that may just be me watching this game, but it looks like there's a bit of a false start happening before these Van plays.
You know, and you might be a little right. I might have to take a little bit more of a look at it, but you know, the referees often side with the offensive side of things, and especially with the quarterback. Quarterback can really just have free reign, can move anyway. So I mean, they're not going to call anything on him.
Hinch is going to keep it right side. He's being tracked out of bounds. That's Jatavian Sanaya.
And you know, when we look at Raleigh Hinch, I mean, he's not a small guy. I mean, I don't know if you can tell on camera or through the broadcast, but you know, they have him listed as 6'3", 200 pounds. I don't know if he's 6'3", but he's not a small guy. He's not a small frame individual. So he's going to be quite a big deal in the run game, and he's proving it right now.
Second down and 6, 5:44 to go first. And we've got a whistle on the field. It's going to be our first Texas Semi-Trailers timeout. That timeout will be charged to the Van Vandals. They want to think it over before the second down play, and we're going to think it over. We'll be right back after a message from our sponsors.
Are you in the oil and gas industry and struggle securing the carriers you need to haul your freight? At PDQ America, we are focused on providing world-class freight solutions to the oil and gas industry. Whatever trailer you may need, we have the carrier network to ensure your shipment arrives on time, every time.
When I say I'm going to get something delivered, I'll come to you guys, and I have no doubt that I will either receive an email, a text, or a phone call to let me know how my load is proceeding, if it got there, and that everything went okay.
Welcome back to Malflower Field in Van, Texas. It's second down and 6 for the Vandals after a Texas Semi-Trailers timeout. We've got 5:44 to go here in the first quarter. Your Pirates are up 7-0 after a 35-yard run by Roger Attaway on the second play of the game for the Pirates. Their drive lasted just over a minute, only 2 plays. Pirates up 7-0. It's second down 6. Hinch hands it off to Williams. Williams looking for a running lane, but he's going to be met by a brigade of Pirates. And they're going to bring him down for the stop, led by Lonnie Brown. So third down and 6.
Yeah, Lonnie had a pretty good game last week as well. I almost picked him as an impact player, and a lot of these guys will be impact players as the season goes on. But, man, Lonnie had a pretty good game, pretty much a big game to say welcome to Friday Night Lights. Looking forward to seeing him grow and progress through the season.
So it's going to be third down and 1 as we cross the 5-minute mark, first quarter. Ball on the 19-yard line inside the Forrest Williams, Edward Jones red zone.
Seeing a little man right now.
Run up the middle. They've picked up the first down. So first down for the Vandals.
That's a good play. Unfortunately, gave up the first down, and so now they're backed up. And last week we kind of saw it as well, the bend but not break, no surrender defense of the Pirates. It'll be interesting to see what Coach Blanco dials up here.
I'd like to thank some of our sponsors: Energy Weld Fab, Veteran Pride AC and Heat, Juicy's Taco, United Rental, as well as Marketing with April, Croft Photography. Thank you for your support of Pirate football. Hinch hands it off. With the quick feet right there is Marcus Fabian, the senior. He'll have a short gain on the play, second down.
Safety's coming up, and they don't have a whole lot of real estate to cover that back there, so they're cheated up a little bit and making plays closer to the line of scrimmage. That was a pretty good play. I think that was Jaden Servia in for that tackle.
This looks like it'll be second down and 5 at the 8-yard line. So Van with a nice drive right now. This began at the 10:24 mark as we hit the 3.5-minute mark. Williams right side. He's pushing close to the end zone. Pirates are going to bottle him up, but it's going to be right at the first down marker. And that may move them. Actually, it's going to be third down. So third down. Third down and 1 from the 3-yard line. Williamson at running back. Tight formation. Quarterback keeper up the middle. He's got the first. He's held up at the end zone, but Van is going to push him in. So the second effort is going to give the Vandals a PDQ America touchdown. 7-6.
Interesting run concept on that formation. Basically 4 up backs. I mean, really nobody with their hand in the ground, and just really a version of the tush push without, Jalen Hurts and just everybody crowding at the line, but very similar to it. Just multiple up backs and just forced it to get that short yardage in the touchdown.
So on for the extra point is Alex Aceves. And it is good. So 7-7 is the score here in Van, Texas. We're going to take a break. When we come back, it'll be Pirate football. We are back after a Raleigh Hinch 3-yard touchdown run for the Vandals. It ties it up 7-7 here in the first quarter at Van Memorial Stadium. 2:52 to go in the first quarter. So Pirates are about to get the ball back. Coach, we didn't get to see a whole lot of the Pirates offense, but boy, they look good the 2 plays we did.
You know, and that's not a bad problem to have. I mean, 2 plays, touchdown, 7 points. I mean, that's pretty good efficiency.
Sounds like a Madden game against you. Anyways.
Wasn't going to bring you that. Wasn't going to bring that up.
I opened the door on that one, really. That was a bad idea for me. Did I just make that fair game?
I mean, you know, the jokes write themselves, Mike. I mean, I can't really. I'm not going to argue it. I'm just going to, you know, take the compliment and keep going and keep commentating this great Friday night football game we have right here, 7-7 in Van, Texas, Van Memorial Stadium. And I'm ready to see this offense again.
As Croft and the offense comes back onto the field. Their first drive lasted just over a minute. It was a 45-yard touchdown drive, 2 plays, 35-yard touchdown run by Attaway. And here the Pirates are at the Van 29-yard line. Croft going to pass. Out route, hits his receiver, picks up the first down. That's Valentine. So Croft, Valentine, that's the hookup we're waiting to see this year. We got to see a little bit of it last week.
Yeah, Croft is making a name for himself. I mean, last week, 7 of 23, 107 yards, had a long pass of 49 yards, and I think that's what the big deal about us that we kept on bringing up last week, Mike, was just how far can he actually throw it. I mean, just a strong arm, very poised in the pocket. Very excited to see how he progresses throughout the season.
Pirates first down and 10 at the Vandal 40. Croft looking to Bachman on the sidelines, get the play in. Receivers are ready. Here we go. And it's a missed snap. Croft's going to keep it himself, and he's going to be taken down in the backfield. On for the tackle was Boston Blaylock. So that's going to push the Pirates back 4 yards. It'll be second down.
Yeah, not really sure what happened on that. It almost looked like the ball, when it was being snapped, just kind of slipped out of the center's hands. I mean, and a lot of people talk about the quarterback, and obviously, yes, toughest job on the field. But, man, I'm telling you, nothing happens without the center moving the ball first, man. There's a lot of pressure on that position.
Second down, 13. Croft under pressure. And that ball looked like it could have been a fumble, but they're going to call it incomplete. It was one of those where the quarterback just gets hit and the ball kind of goes flying out of the side of his hands, but Croft able to get up. Croft looks like he's one of the biggest boys on the field.
Yeah, they might want to brag about how their quarterback is, 6'3", but, Croft is every bit of 6'4", 6'5", so we win the quarterback battle on that as well. And, you were talking about that, the hit where it kind of just, the hit and the throw happened at the same time. Well, luckily a guy named Tom Brady kind of changed all that when we got the tuck rule in place, so there's that too.
Third down, 13, Croft under pressure. He's going to throw it. It's going to be picked off. That one's going to be intercepted. Just kind of a no-looker. Ian Hobson, the junior, comes up with the pick.
Yeah, Van gambled at the right time, brought pressure. Yeah, from the right side. Brought pressure from the right side. Linebacker from the outside blitzed in. Croft trying to make something happen, and unfortunately just goes against the Pirates right there.
Yeah, they brought a lot of heat on Croft on that play, and we saw that last week too. When he gets under a lot of pressure, his youthfulness, he's still trying to make plays. We saw a couple of dropped interceptions last week by the Buckeyes. Very similar plays to that. Vandal ball now, 44-yard line. 7-7 still your score, 1:51 to go first quarter. Williams right side. Pirates looking to get a stop. They will. But it's going to be a first down out to the 44-yard line of the Vandals. Gain of 12 yards on the play.
This run scheme for Van, every year it just astonishes me how well disciplined their linemen are. I mean, it's really just bases and variations. bases and variations based off of zone playing. Right there is just a sweep out to the right, RPO mixed into it, and they get those big old linemen get on track and just basically if the man's in their gap, they're taking that man, and it's worked out well for them. It's going to be interesting to see how the Pirates adjust to that.
Hemps drops back into the shotgun, 44-yard line. Hinch going to pass here. He's under pressure. He's going to loft it over the head of one of the Pirate defenders. That went right over the head of Jaden Servia. It'll be a first down for the Vandals. Vandals are rolling here a little bit, Coach.
Yeah, and they're in multiple offense kind of formation team. Right there, you saw them get to the line, call the play at the line, change the formation, call the play at the line, and they're seeing something that they think they can pick on and exploit in the Pirate defense. But trust that Coach Blanco is going to be able to fix that and bring something to where Van's going to have to do something else other than what they're doing.
First down and 10, Williams takes handoff up the middle. Be a gain of 4. And, Coach, that one may take us to the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, I think Van's happy going 7-7 in the first quarter.
Yep. Well, not exactly the first quarter the Pirates are hoping for, but not a bad one. It's going to end 7-7. Pirates look pretty good. They opened up with a quick score, only 2 plays on their opening drive. But Croft threw a pick right before the end of this first quarter, and the Vandals are driving. So it's 7-7 here in Van, Texas. When we come back, it'll be Vandal ball at the Pirate 17.
At Veribank, we celebrate businesses who are made in Texas. Whether you're ready to buy, grow, or improve cash flow, we have commercial banking experts that can get you the financing you need. If you want a community partner who's customer-focused, stop by your nearest Veribank.
At PDQ America, we are focused on providing world-class freight solutions in the oil and gas industry. Whatever trailer you may need, we have the carrier network to ensure your shipment arrives on time, every time.
Welcome back to the Veribank Pine Tree Live broadcast. We are live in Van, Texas, where we are all knotted up at 7. Both teams look pretty good in that opening quarter. It was as we expected. It's going to be a runoff. No, not the 2000 election. Just a runoff here in Van, Texas. Both teams running the ball very well. Attaway with a 35-yard run for the Pirates to put them on the board early. And then Hinch, the quarterback for the Van Vandals, scored on a 3-yard touchdown run to tie it up at 7. On the following drive, Croft threw an interception, which put the Vandals in business. And that's where we stand right now at the 17-yard line. Vandals, 2nd down and 5. Here's the first play of the second quarter. Handoff, right side Pirates, gaining some traction. So we'll bring up 3rd down.
It's a great job by David Lively. He was able to really stifle his offensive lineman at the line of scrimmage, not get any movement. Running back ran into the back of him, and, you know, I'm not going to say much, but there's a lot of white jersey in one hand. And David Lively probably could have had a tackle for a sack, but nonetheless, still a good down for the Pirates.
3rd down and 4. Up the middle again, and this time they're going to be stopped. They're not going to get there for the first down. So on the run was Parker Rainey.
He's going to be awfully close to it. This might be 4-down territory. And right there you see Coach Blanco subbing in a big package. 3 big interior linemen. Make that 4.
The Vandals bring in an extra offensive line. Connor McCurley comes into the game. So 6 offensive linemen on the field for the Vandals. And they're going to go stack on the left side. Run left side, Pirates right there. They missed the tackle. It will be a first down, and inching towards the end zone. A second effort is going to have the Vandals down to the 1 yard line. So gain of 12 yards on that 4th and 1 play. Vandals inching towards the end zone.
So on the play before, or on the drop before, where the Vandals had pretty much 3 up backs, this time they just bring an extra offensive line, go jumbo, and just try to say, you know, we're just going to run it at you. There's no secret about what they're going to do, and I don't think there's a secret of what they're going to do right now. And here goes that multiple look again.
First down and goal. Hinch kept it last time down here. This time it's going to be a handoff. Oh, and coming in to try to get the stop is Anthony Anderson, but not able to hold the running back off. And Parker Rainey will pick up the touchdown. Excuse me, that was Marcus Fabian picking up the touchdown for the Vandals.
Just a real big steady of real big dose of run on that drive. I think they only ran 2 pass plays, if I'm not mistaken, Mike.
So after that extra point, it is 14-7 here in Van, Texas. We'll take a break. When we come back, kickoff.
Juicy's Taco. Fresh food fast.
The teams are back on the field. It's a cloudy evening here in Van, Texas. Temperatures hovering around 80 degrees. It was a really warm day here in East Texas. After a cool week, it just happened to be really hot here on Friday. But I was hoping it would cool down a little bit. Not much of a breeze, just kind of stale here in Van. Team staying hydrated, though. It's going to be a fair catch. Deshaun Wofford. And Pirates, we'll get to see them with the ball for the 3rd time tonight.
Yeah, look for Colton Croft to look to try to erase the memory of this of the last drive, and he'll play with a short-term memory. We've seen him kind of grow since last year's game versus Palestine, and then of course the big-time game and the playoff game. And so he's just been steadily growing, getting more and more confidence, and just look for him to have memory like a goldfish and just keep on trucking through.
And there's a big run. On the run right there is Attaway. He'll pick up a nice gain of 6 yards. 2nd down.
And as a quarterback, your best friend, some people might say a good wide receiver or a dependable tight end like a Jason Witten kind of guy, but really a quarterback's best friend is the run game. And right there, he has 2 guys that are ready to run the ball for him.
Attaway still in the backfield. Coach, do you feel like we're seeing Attaway really take grip of this RB1 position for the Pirates?
You know, I think so, and I think we saw a little bit of that, late in the year last year before, he was obviously sidelined with an injury, and he welcomes it, and I think all of these guys do. And for the most part, Pine Tree has for the most part been a running back by committee, and why not when you have such great guys that have come through and played running back like Tyler Sheffield, Lamarian Hunter, now Roger Attaway, Dalen Montgomery.
Lively rotates into the game for the Pirates. 3rd down and 2. Attaway run up the middle. They caught his feet. We'll see. He's going to be close to the line. And now the Vandals are saying fumble. We'll see what the mark is by the ref. No sign from the referees yet. Either way, he's short of the marker to gain. It'll either be the Van ball or 4th and 1. And it is going to be a fumble recovered by Van. So Attaway, timely fumble on that play is going to put Van in a very good spot here early in the second quarter.
And one of those keys to the game was winning the turnover battle. And right now, Pine Tree finds itself in a little bit of a hole, a little bit of a deficit on the scoreboard and in the turnover battle. The interception by Croft in the drive before, now that fumble. The Pirates need their defense to bail them out in some of the worst ways, because this could be a, depending on how long they take to, take this ball, it could be a 14-point swing.
8:38 to go, second quarter, 14-7, Vandals leading your Pirates. Hinch at quarterback for the Vandals. Pirate defense needs to get a stop here. Hinch up the middle. He's going to take this one to the house. Touchdown, Vandals. That's a 38-yard touchdown run for the quarterback, Raleigh Hinch.
Not going to lie, Mike, that RPO even had me fooled. I was looking at the running back, as I think most were, and Hinch actually had the ball and went pretty freely into the end zone. And quite the misdirection play right here, just watching the replay. The only blocker that went with the quarterback was the up back that was on the opposite side. All the offensive line showed zone one way, and there went Hinch out the back.
And really, Coach, it looks like even if he wouldn't have handed it off, it would have been a...
That would have been a big gain, definitely, but I think most of our guys were scraping over the top, and they were going to be right there for it, as opposed to everybody going with the flow, ball key discipline. Not exactly where it should be, and Hinch just saw his opportunity and took it and just ran it out the back door in for a big touchdown.
Number 2, Ashton Valentine, and number 6, Roger Dunaway.
So Pirates hitting a bit of a rough patch here after their opening drive touchdown. The Vandals, 21 unanswered points. Now has the score 21-7, and the Pirates looking for answers on offense and defense. Really, the start was strong for the Bucks. It'll be a fair catch for the Pirates. Rashad Walford. So, Coach, they got to reset, got to regroup.
Yeah, because, you said, just now the Pirates have kind of gotten to a rough patch here in these last couple of drives. And if you look at these last couple of drives, it's been off of turnovers. It's been defense having a short field and giving another position, an extra position, if you would say, to the opposing offense. And against a team like Van, we've seen it in years before. You can't do that with them. And so look for the Pirates to really try to make sure that they get some sort of points on the board here on this drive.
Croft takes the snap, looking to pass. He hits his receiver. He's got him, and we got it. We're off to the races here. It's a Van territory. Goes Tyron Homer, and he'll have it down to the 24 of the Pirates, and that's how you flip the field. 49-yard gain by Homer. First down, Pirates.
Great pass and catch by Taverin Homer from Colton Croft. And what an answer. Right there where you would think that some teams would just lay down. The Pine Tree Pirates say, no, sir, we are not out of the fight yet. There's still a lot of football to play. What a response from the Pine Tree Pirates.
Pirates now deep into Vandal territory. Attaway, right side. He's got a hole. He leaps, and he'll have it out to the 20-yard line. That's going to be a pickup around 5 yards, second down.
I really like the mix and match call right now. First play was a big pass to make those Vandals say, get out of the box. Like, if you're going to crowd 7 guys into the box, okay, then I'm going to take my shot over the top. And Taverin Homer, not really a name we said last week, especially with Wofford. Wofford having the big day that he had receiving wise, and then Attaway on the ground. very happy to see Homer get that kind of reception right there.
7.5 to go in the first half. Pirates down 21-7, second down and 6 as they approach the Edward Jones red zone. Croft's pass goes a little bit high. That pass intended for his receiver, Bryce Bratton, the sophomore. It'll be third down.
Really would like Colton to step into one of these deals. It's almost like to the point where he doesn't. It's almost to the point where like he doesn't feel like he wants to just really come down and zing it. So right there just missed him a little bit high, had him open. And that'll be a connection that you see, Mike. I'm very excited to see that kind of develop, the fullback out of the backfield and kind of take advantage of that.
Attaway in the backfield, Croft at quarterback, third down. Attaway up the middle. And he's going to run right into a pile of players. It's going to be a gain of 1. It'll have it out to the 20-yard line. It's going to be decision time for Coach Bachman.
I think Julian Ibarra is staying on the sideline, so I think this is 4-down territory.
So 4-down territory early in the game. Last week, the Pirates elected to kick it a couple of times, which was really a change from the last couple of seasons. We saw Ibarra kick a 33-yard field goal and then attempt a 45-yard field goal that got blocked. One of the unfortunate plays of the game against Gilmer last week. But here we've got 4th down and 4, 6:38 to go, second quarter. Pirates with the ball at the 20-yard line. Croft right side. He's going to loft it, and he's going to just miss his receiver. That was good defense. Pass was intended for Homer. Broken up by DeQuavion Williams. So good play by the Vandals. Really, it wasn't a bad play by the Pirates. It was just an exceptional play by the cornerback Williams.
Sitting here kind of looking at it, I think really that's really the only spot he could go. So kind of like you said, Mike, not a bad play. And really anytime that a receiver has a chance to make the grab, not a bad play. I mean, right there he had a play, and just right there the defensive back just made a better play.
So, Coach, that's a tough drive to come up empty-handed after the 49-yard pass to Homer. Pirates come up empty-handed on that drive. The score remains 21-7. And the Vandals will start at their own 20-yard line.
That play, very reminiscent of what they ran down here for the touchdown, except they flipped it to the other side. You saw the offensive line go one way, and then the quarterback trying to sneak it out the back. This time, David Lively stayed at home and made the tackle for a very minimal gain. So there's the adjustment that you're going to see. The defensive end's not just going to crash down with the zone. He's just going to stay outside and kind of play a ghost 9 technique and try to bait that quarterback into pulling it.
Second down and 8, 5:55 to go, second quarter. Hinch is rolling out, looking for a receiver. He's under pressure. He's going to throw it to the middle of the field. This is an opportunity. And just off of the hands of Desmond Williams, that pass intended for Connor Ammons. Really good play right there by the Pirates. Thought it could have been a pick, but it was a good pass breakup nonetheless.
Yeah, Coach Rock, when we talked to him in their media day, Desmond Williams was one of those names he kind of mentioned about wanting to see what he kind of brought along, especially after last year being on the JV and being a very good defensive back there. Now he's getting his chance here on Friday Night Lights.
So there's going to be a Texas Semi-Trailers timeout for the Pirates, and we're going to take a timeout here in Van when we come back. 21-7, it'll be third down and 8, Vandals.
Juicy's Taco. Fresh food fast. It all starts somewhere. For us, that's fresh produce, sourced locally, unlike those other guys. Our tortillas are made daily, right down the road, right before we stuff them full of just cooked ground beef, beans, and chicken. And unlike those other guys, we fry our own taco shells to help you top it off, our salsa and guacamole are made in-house, fresh, just for you. Not something you've come to expect from those other guys. So take it from a family that knows quality. Let us do the cooking.
3rd down and 8.
Spend your time with these other
Vandal
guys.
ball. This would be a big stop for the Pirates. Able to get some movement on their previous drive after being stymied after their initial drive. 21-7, those the score. 5:46 to go, second quarter. Hinch looking down the field, left side, incomplete. Good coverage right there for the Pirates, Jaden Servia. So great stop for the Pirates. And the punt team will come on to the field for the Vandals.
Great series, great response by the defense with Coach Blanco making that adjustment to kind of stifle that backside quarterback run, what have you, a quarterback keeper off of the backside. And so that'll be the adjustment we see. It will be kind of interesting to see what Van does to kind of counter it now.
I'm excited to see Valentine here. This is somebody we haven't gotten to see the ball in his hands enough this season. And we know he's a talented football player. The ball's on the turf. We'll see who comes up with it. Not good. One ref is saying that it was down. Another ref saying it's a fumble, and it looks like they're going to give this ball to the Vandals.
That's going to be interesting, especially with two officials making two different calls.
Yeah, this ball is going to remain with the Vandals. So Valentine fumbles. Another special teams error, Coach. They're piling up for the Pirates right now. So instead of 1st down and 10 for the Pirates looking to score here before the half, Vandals are in business at the 45-yard line of the Bucks, up 21-7. Hinch, handoff. Pirates are starting to pick up on this run game. But, Coach, that's a bad break.
Really bad break, especially if you go back and look at the replay. You know, 6 eggs in one hand, half dozen in the other. You could call it either way. I can kind of see why they wouldn't call it, because right when he was going down, it kind of looked like the ball was coming out, but I'm up here, all the way up here in the stand, so I really couldn't tell.
Well, Coach, it is right in front of our broadcast position, so if we were ever going to have a good angle at it, this was it.
Well, then in that case, he was down.
This is the Verabank Pine Tree live broadcast. 2nd down and 8. 4:45 to go, second quarter. Pirates trying to get the ball back. Under pressure is Hinch, but he's going to complete his pass. I thought the coverage was really good on that play, but not good enough. Connor Ammons comes up with the reception out to the 26-yard line of the Pirates. 1st down and 10, Vandals.
Really good coverage, but just a better throw and catch. You got to give a credit to the receiver for concentrating the whole way in, watching the ball all the way in, securing the catch, and getting the 1st down. I really thought Wofford was going to bat it out.
Yeah, Wofford was right there. It looked like he just went for the ball just a little bit early, but still able to make the tackle. It was good defense, just a good catch. 1st down 10, ball at the 26-yard line. That's Williams.
I'll be interested to see that formation again. Again, they bring a receiver in close. They have an up back almost in the B gap, and it's almost like that old style lead kind of play. So anytime, the next time we see that formation, Mike, I'm gonna see if we can call that, because right there I think they're showing their hand on that play, and it's been effective. I mean, right there, 5 yards.
Well, really, that's been Van's offense. This whole game is just effective. It's just kind of slowly lull you to sleep. That's really the first big pass we've seen from the Vandals. And Williams, he's just slowly dissecting this defensive line of the Pirates. And he just keeps weaving his way right through it for 1st downs. 3:20 to go, first half.
And this offensive line really is getting some movement. I mean, we talked about before the broadcast. I mean, this offensive line is averaging around 290 pounds across the board. And you got to hand it to Coach Bachman. He knows how to make a schedule. I mean, last week, big offensive line, big defensive line when we faced Gilmer. This week, another big offensive line and Van. So really going to have to figure out how we can negate the big offensive linemen from these other teams.
And, Coach, that's something we really didn't talk about near as much as it was a hot topic last year. But this district of doom that the Pirates are in, you face some big boys. You got some big offensive lines, some defensive lines. There's a ton of speed. It's one of the most difficult districts in the entire state. That's why they call it the district of doom, right? So this non-district schedule has to be tough to be able to prepare you for that. But, I mean, last year it was a real hot topic of conversation coming into the season. This year, not so much after going 10-2 and getting second in the district last year. 2nd down and 8 here in the Edward Jones red zone. Pirates bottle up Hinch. It'll be 3rd down and looking around 6 yards.
Yeah, and when you say hot topic, Mike, I really think you're talking about, everybody wondering how Pine Tree would fit into that, and I think the answer was made very clear last year.
And new to high school this year is a 2-minute timeout at the end of each half. So the clock's at 2 minutes. We'll just stick with you here on the Verbank Pine Tree Live broadcast. Stay tuned for the Kilgore College halftime show. We'll be featuring both band performances as well as some stats from Marketing with April. So stay tuned for the Kilgore College halftime performance. This is also a good time to thank all of our sponsors: Verbank, Croft Photography, Marketing with April, Longview Chamber of Commerce, East Texas Preferred Properties, Energy Weld Fab, Veteran Pride AC and Heat, Juicy's Taco, United Rental, PDQ America, Shade Tree Minerals, Texas Semi-Trailers, Forrest Williams, Edward Jones, Kilgore College, and a special thanks to M6 Media. Thank you to all of our sponsors this 2025 football season. You're on the Verbank Pine Tree Live broadcast. This is Michael Clemens Jr. and Coach Angel Rocha. It's 3rd down and 5 here at the 2-minute warning in the first half. Williams, left side, Pirates going to get a big tackle right here. Stopped short of the line to gain. And the Vandals now with a decision to make on 4th down, and it looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field.
Playing with house money, Mike. Up 2 scores. Your run game has been pretty dominant up until this point, but now it looks like the Pirates have made a very good adjustment. And here we go.
So 4th down 3, 1:56 to go, 2nd quarter. Hinch trying to draw the Bucks offside, not successful. Plenty of time on the play clock, 10 seconds. They're still getting this play in. Now we'll see. I think they're going to draw this all the way down and call a timeout. And that's what you're going to see is a Texas Semi-Trailers timeout called by the Vandals. That's their 2nd timeout of the first half. They'll have 1 remaining. Your Pirates have 2 timeouts remaining, and we're going to take a timeout here in Van. When we come back, it'll be 4th down and 3, Vandals. The Vandals going to go with a field goal here, and it is good. That field goal kick good by Alex Acevas. A 23-yard kick puts the Vandals up 24-7 late here in the 2nd quarter.
And really, Mike, that's a win. I mean, yes, you would have liked to have gone and just stopped them overall, not giving up any points. But considering that has been 21 points unanswered, giving up 7 points each one of the trips this past couple of times. 3 points is a win, especially right here. You have a minute 56, 2 timeouts, get the ball in good position. They've been pooch kicking it. all night long, so you're going to get it at the 25-30. You got a quarterback that can throw it. Wofford and Tabor and Homer can, really take the top off any defense. So, I mean, you get this, you get a score, 24-14 going into the half. You get the ball at half. It's a new ball game.
Pirates got a big arm with Croft at quarterback. And another fair catch. They just keep picking. They just continue to pick on Wofford tonight. He just continues to fair catch him. I guess that's fine. Maybe he'll bust one later, Coach. Hopefully we don't get to see the Vandals kick off many more times after.
I think that's the plan. I think Coach Blanco would highly agree with that plan.
Yeah, the Pirates will get the ball out of the Kilgore College halftime. So to start the second half, it will be Pirate ball. So they've got an opportunity, Coach, to go back-to-back right here. 1:56 to go. Croft has a big arm. The Pirates got some speed. We've seen a lot of the running game tonight, but on that previous drive, we saw the 49-yard pass complete to Homer. We know these receivers can get open. It's just, can Croft get enough protection? Quick pass out into the flat. That one will be complete to Nichols. Nichols have a short game.
And right there, they're kind of going hurry up, no huddle right here, just calling it from the sideline. And I'm very excited to see this. This is kind of Coach Bachman's, claim to fame. This is, what made him such a big offensive coordinator in Louisiana coming into East Texas.
And there's a quick pass from Croft. He just underthrows his receiver. That one intended for Wofford. He had Wofford open, but just short.
Yeah, just a little bit unlucky. That's a timing pattern. Just trying to get to a mark, stick your foot in the ground, get to the sideline. That way you have a chance to stop the clock once you make the reception. Just a little bit off on that timing.
3rd down and 6, 1:26 to go, second quarter. Croft, pass. That one just high, intended for Valentine. And Bachman is going to pull the offense off the field with 1:23 to go, so Van's going to get another opportunity.
I like the concept, the slant. It was there, just a little bit of contact at the point of the mesh. Nonetheless, 4th down. Pirates are going to have to be real smart in this last minute and 23 seconds.
Well, Coach, we're seeing the receivers getting open. Cross passes just aren't landing.
What a punt.
Great punt. Excellent punt right there by Martin Medrano. So good punt, good punt, pass, kick, good punt. And that's going to help the Pirates out as they try to stop the Vandals from putting up any more points in this first half. Pirates will get the ball out of halftime with 1:16 to go, second quarter.
Can't fall asleep either way, Mike. Can't say, well, they're just going to try to pass it. They're going to try to pass it. Just go into a prevent defense, because we've seen Van run the ball pretty efficiently. So if I was a betting man, I would say that they're probably going to run, see what they can get here real quick, maybe call a timeout, and then try to hit a pass play depending on what the yardage is on that second down.
Coach, I can tell you after playing Madden with you, prevent defenses don't work.
Well, they say that if you play prevent defense on Madden, it prevents you from winning. So
I can second that. 1st down and 10, Vandals. 1:16 to go.
They've caught a lot of plays from the sideline, Mike, and it'll be interesting to see what Blanco does about that at halftime.
Quick out. And a good play by the Vandals puts them in a manageable 2nd down position, and now they can start to be a little more aggressive. Aiden Willis on the catch from Hinch. Willis a little shook up on that one. He's going to come off the field. Coming in for the Vandals is Turner Jones. The passing game for the Vandals is nothing too impressive, but they did hit a big play earlier in this second quarter. But they have really been a run-first offense this evening. Now, Hinch, the couple of times he has thrown, he looks It looks like he can throw the ball pretty well, so you can't take them lightly in this situation. They're going to try to move the ball. Hinch drops back the pass. Pirates got him under pressure, and a nice play right there by Chatavian Sonia. And it's going to be a Texas Semi-Trailers timeout by the Pirates. They're going to stop the clock on 3rd down, so maybe they'll try to get the ball back. That's the second charge timeout to the Pirates, or excuse me, the first charge timeout to the Pirates. They'll have 2 remaining.
And I like it, and that says a lot about Coach Bachman saying, "Hey, defense, you got 3rd and short. Give us a chance to call another timeout, get the ball back, and go from here." And right now, if you're Van, it kind of changes things up for you. You probably had a play right in your mind before that timeout, but now you're thinking, man, I really don't want to give this ball back to them with too much time. So do you pass it or do you run it? If I'm Van going against this defense, I'm probably going to say that I'm going to run it and make you burn that last time out and try to get the first down doing that.
Yeah, Coach, that's what I'm sitting here thinking. I think you run the ball here if you're Van, and you probably just take this to halftime if you have the opportunity. But it doesn't look like that. They got trips right.
Man to man, across the board. Here's that middle play.
And here we are, run up the middle. Pirates going to come up with a stop, but it's going to be at the first down marker. It'll be first down for Van. So that will move the sticks. And with Van only having 1 timeout, they may try to be a little bit aggressive here on this play, but that's probably going to be all the action we're going to see in this first half. Van coming up to the line, 40 seconds. And there's a Shade Tree Minerals flag on the field. It's a substitution infraction on the Vandals, so that'll back them up 5 with 31 seconds to go. Now you can almost just guarantee a run here, and they're going to take this lead to halftime. Coach, it looked really promising after the first possession of the Pirates.
Yeah, and that's a little bit of a credit to Van. I mean, you're talking about 6'5", 6'1", 6 foot, 6'1", 6'4", 315, 300, 285, 290, 260. And I'm not talking about a Weight Watchers program, man. That is the size of the offensive line for Van. I mean, and as the game wears on and they're just leaning on you and moving the ball in just a big-time run game and not a whole lot of gaps to get your pass rush through, I mean, it wears on you. And I haven't seen very much substitutions going in for the D-line. I mean, David Lively, I think, has played the entire game on defense.
Coach, it's been really just kind of a boring first half. I don't know how else to say it.
You say that, and it's 24-7,
yeah.
But, I mean, the fact of the matter is, you know, two costly turnovers have gotten the score where it's at right now. So I tend to kind of agree with you that it's been almost boring because you've had short fields in favor of Van that came off of turnovers when the Pirates were, you know, firing on all cylinders after the first drive.
So the refs are discussing something on the field at this time.
The substitution infraction. There's a 10-second
Okay, so
Please keep the game hot. 21.
I'm not even going to try to explain what has just happened in this game. I just know that I don't think the refs even know exactly what's going on. They're trying to figure this out. Now we're resetting the clock.
10-second runoff. They don't want to use the timeout. Van's going to run the ball and close out the half.
Okay, so 21 seconds instead of 31 seconds to go. We took 2 minutes to decide 10 seconds. Van is going to pass it. A little bit of an aggressive call right here for them, and it's going to pay off. He'll be taken down at the 50-yard line. Good pass and catch. Ammons on the reception. Clock ticking. And it's going to be spiked with 7 seconds to go. Vandals have no timeouts remaining. Coach, I mean, they could get one more playoff. I don't think you're getting a playoff and.
As they pass it, good luck, because number 5, Jatavian Saunier, has been coming around that edge pretty fast, and he hasn't gotten there yet. But if you're trying to Hail Mary it into the end zone, good luck getting it off before Saunier gets there.
Stay tuned for the Kilgore College halftime show, both band performances, as well as some stats sponsored by Marketing with April. So stay tuned for the Kilgore College halftime show. Vandals, 7 seconds left in the first half, 24-7. And they will run the ball. And Pirates going to sniff it out and stop it. So Marcus Fabian not able to pick up enough. And the buzzer will ring, but there is a Shade Tree Minerals flag on the field. It looks like maybe an unsportsmanlike conduct at the end of that play, which that would be enforced at the start of the second half. We'll see.
After the half, a dead ball. First and 5, 50 on offense. A penalty assessed. And the kickoff.
So Reed Haltom, the sophomore, with an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty at the end of the half on the Vandals, will be enforced at the start of the second half. So just like last night's game, we had a penalty to start the game. We get a penalty to end the first half of this ball game. It's 24-7 here in Van, Texas. You're in the Kilgore College halftime show. Stay tuned. Both band performances will be here live on the Verabank Pine Tree Live broadcast, and then myself and Coach Angel Rocha will be with you for the third quarter. It's 24-7 in Van, Texas. We will be back with you in roughly 28 minutes.
All across East Texas and around the world, former Kilgore College students are working hard for their best life. They're building a brighter future. They're moving in the right direction. They're in powerful positions. And they're superheroes protecting and serving. If you're ready to work for your best life, put Kilgore College to work for you.
And now, for your halftime entertainment, Precision will perform a blonde routine to Physical. And now, under the field direction of drum majors Joe Sullivan and Sean Rackley, Pine Tree High School and Pine Tree ISD are proud to present the Pine Tree High School Marching Band, the Pride. Our 2025 show is entitled Rise and embodies humanity's enduring spirit to overcome obstacles, climb over barriers, and soar into the heavens. Pieces including on this year's show include What's a 1K, October by Eric Whitaker, and Flight to Paradise, Shostakovich's 10th Symphony, and Rise by Andre Day. Hope you enjoy our opening performance of our 2025 show, Rise.
Evan, leave this on top. It's my sister. Okay, where'd you go?
Ladies and gentlemen, the Pine Tree High School Marching Band. Marching of the Week are Aaliyah Edmond and Chris Huerta. Guard member of the week is Allie Brady.
That would have been scary. You saw it, Fred. Fred is my witness.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please direct your attention to the field. We have a very special performance for you tonight. Let's give a big round of applause for our talented Van Vandal Mini Twirlers. These incredible young performers have been working hard to show you their amazing skills. Get ready to be dazzled as they perform their routine to the hit tune, What Makes You Beautiful by One Direction.
You know me by now.
Let's hear it for the Van Vandal Mini Twirlers. Van High School is proud to present the mighty Van Marching Band. Majorettes for the band are Senior Head Captain Larson Blake, Senior Crew Captain Macy Miller, Junior Bella Ward, Junior Mikayla Vasquez, Junior Taylor Roden, Sophomore Corey McCoy, Freshman Charlie Parker. The Majorettes will now perform to Land of a Thousand Dances. The mighty Vandal Band will now perform a military-style drill based on tradition with dignity and pride. Tonight, the band will perform Heroic Fanfare, Chicago World's Fair Centennial Celebration 1933 March, and the Vandal Fight Song. Drum majors for the band are Senior Star Lizarate and Junior Lillian Marple. Coroller sponsor is Miss Beth Purdy. The band would also like to thank their parents, family, friends, and community for their continued support of their musical education.
All across East Texas and around the world, former Kilgore College students are working hard for their best life. They're building a brighter future. They're moving in the right direction. They're in powerful positions. And they're superheroes protecting and serving. If you're ready to work for your best life, put Kilgore College to work for you.
Ahoy and welcome back to the Verabank Pine Tree Live broadcast. We're in Van, Texas. We're about to get the second half underway where the Vandals are ahead of your Pine Tree Pirates 24-7. The ball game got started off hot for the Pirates with Roger Attaway scoring on a 35-yard run to open the game up for the Pirates 7-0. But the Vandals have put up 24 unanswered points, including 2 touchdown runs by their quarterback, Raleigh Hinch. So the Pirates are down 24-7. They will receive the ball to start this second half. At the end of the first half, there was an unsportsmanlike penalty on one of the Vandal players. And so they will be kicking off 15 yards behind where they would normally kick. So instead of at the 40, the ball will be placed at the 25. And that's where Van will start this second half. The Pirates have not had an opportunity to return a kick tonight. They've been short kicking it on the left side across from our broadcast position. All of the kicks tonight have went to Rashad Wofford. Rashad Wofford, who had a big touchdown catch last week of 52 yards, as well as an interception, had a great game against Gilmer last week. But here we go, start the second half. Vandals set the kick off, and they will elect to kick it deep. We will get a return, and it goes over the head of the Pirates. And no, that's Attaway. He's going to have it out to the 20-yard line, so it goes over his head. He's able to pick it up, but really not. Pirates just basically did not take advantage of that 15-yard penalty there, and they'll be starting at their own 20-yard line to start the second half.
Yeah, unfortunately, Mike, that's kind of what I was kind of thinking. You have them backed up 15 yards, and you're daring them to kick it, and when they kick it, just a little too far up. You know, we haven't really seen the leg of the kicker, so easy to say, well, kind of didn't know he had that kind of leg on him. I can tell you that Van does have a pretty good soccer team here, so it's easy to say that they could find somebody that could at least boot it, and they did, and unfortunately Pine Tree is going to have to start on their own 20.
So quarterback number 31, Colton Croft, comes out. He threw a pick in the first half. Otherwise, he's looked okay. He's going to go deep on this first play, and he'll go to Wofford, and Wofford is going to come down with it. He's fighting for it, and he will have it for a catch of 35 yards to start the second half. So Croft 1 for 1 for 35 yards, hits Wofford on the first play. Pirates rolling.
What a play, and what a great way to start the half. A lot of confidence in the quarterback, and especially in the arm, and especially in the playmaking capability of Wofford. We're very excited to see him do that as the weeks go by.
Croft, another pass and another catch. Oh, they're going to say incomplete. Wasn't able to hold it through contact with the ground. So I was about to say, Coach, this is escalating quickly.
Yeah, and it looks like they found something. They found a little bit of the gaps in the zone as we see Wofford come out of the game for a couple of plays. But very exciting to see. They're seeing the gaps in the zone, that one of their second half adjustments we might think. So interesting what they'll do here, especially with Wofford on the sideline.
Boston Johnson and Desmond Williams in at wide receiver. They're going to go to Johnson. Johnson makes a move, and he'll have it out for a first down to the 32-yard line of the Vandals. Gain of 13 yards.
I kind of like it. And if you pay attention real close, not a whole lot of press coverage on the outside, giving a cover 2, cover 3 kind of look, daring the Vandals to do something else.
First down and 10. Attaway. Gain of 1. Be second down.
Got to keep them honest. Like the mix in the match of pass, 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 then sneak a run in. But I definitely do like seeing Colton kind of get set back there, set his feet, and just kind of let it zip.
Croft looking right side. In the flat out to the 25-yard line. He hits his receiver. That's Boston Johnson.
And this might be a little bit of an opposite story from last week, Mike. Last week, you know, I think the Pirates passed 16 times in the first half. Not a whole lot of success there, and they found a lot of success behind Attaway in the throwing. This might be a different side of the story as they get behind Croft in his arm.
Boston Johnson wide to the bottom. Valentine up top, Attaway in the backfield. Croft directing traffic. He's got the play. Attaway makes a move. He's going to have another short game. It'll be third down.
Got to think from here, it's 4 down territory, so as long as this is a plus play, he got less than 2 yards to get.
And there is no wind. Temperatures hovering in the low 80s. It's really been this way since kickoff. It is a beautiful night here in Van. We saw some lightning in the distance. Got reports it's probably 30 miles away, so shouldn't be anything that's going to mess with us. Croft, 4th down and 2. Johnson has the catch, and he almost makes a move to the end zone, but he's going to pick up the first down. So good play by Boston Johnson. Croft with a good connection on 4th down and 2, and it'll be 1st down and 10.
Wow, 4th and 2, and you throw it, but man, into the sure hands of Boston Johnson. But man, what a play call on 4th and 2.
Did somebody check Bachman's temperature for this year? Because this is different than the play calling we've seen the last 3 seasons. Here we go, Croft trying to make a move. He's a tough boy to bring down. He's going to pick up a couple of yards on the play, 2nd down.
I don't think he got the read really well off of that play. I would really like to see him kind of get started and kind of just take off with it. You know, as you said, tough guy to bring down. I mean, all of 6'4". Don't really want to make a guesstimate on his weight, but I'd say above 2. I'd put him at 210, 215.
Yeah. 2nd down, 8. 8.5 to go, 3rd quarter.
This is Roger Attaway territory. Give it to him again and see if he can find the hole and get into the end zone.
Attaway 1 touchdown already tonight. Croft going to the air, slant pass, and that's been working for him tonight. This time they connect. Have it out to the 8-yard line. So Pirates getting closer to that 1st down marker. And that's going to get close to moving the chains. It's not quite. 3rd down and 2. Ball at the 8. We're at the 8-minute mark.
Van changed a little bit of the personnel, so it'll be interesting to see if they're going to try to they're a little bit more pressed up man.
Croft in the Edward Jones red zone, 8-yard line. 3rd down, goes to the end zone. He's got his receiver just short of the end zone. He'll be down at the 5-yard line, and that's going to be enough to pick up the 1st down for the Pirates. So 1st down and goal.
And there you see David Lowley and Brick Bratton coming in, big package. Everybody in the stadium has a pretty good idea of what's about to happen right now.
1st down and goal. 4-yard line. Attaway in the backfield. And it's going up the middle and boom, run in. That's a PDQ America PT TD Pine Tree touchdown. Roger Attaway with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
Quite the response from the Pine Tree Pirates, and very well deserved on a drive like that, being able to pick up 4th down conversions, 3rd down conversions on pivotal passing plays. And so now it looks like the Pirates are figuring out a way how to do it, how to skin a cat in a bunch of different ways. Mike, last week it was behind the run game. Tonight it might be behind the pass game.
Johnson hold is good, and Ibarra's kick is through the uprights. It's 24-14 in Van, Texas. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll keep going with this 3rd quarter.
At Verabank, we celebrate businesses who are made in Texas. Whether you're ready to buy, grow, or improve cash flow, we have commercial banking experts that can get you the financing you need. If you want a community partner who's customer-focused, stop by your nearest Verabank.
Is that what I think it is? Huh? The shot. Pick the pop. Good. You like it? Yeah, no. Thank you.
Roger Attaway, 4-yard touchdown run as the Pirates closing in on the Vandals, 24-14. A commanding 4-minute and 47-second drive to start the 2nd half for the Pirates. They were down 3 scores, but the game's looking a lot better after that drive to start the 2nd half. Attaway, 2 scores on the night, one from 35 yards in the 1st quarter, and that run from 4 yards out. So 2 touchdowns for the running back tonight. And the Pirates kicking back off to the Vandals. That was an 80-yard drive for the Bucks. As Coach said, they were able to mix it up with pass, run, 3rd down conversions, 4th down conversions, a little bit of all of it on that drive. And now we're in business. So, Coach, as Van comes back onto the field, if you're Van, Coach, what are you looking to do here, knowing you got a 10-point lead, but the Pirate offense looked pretty good?
Yeah, if it would have been a 3-and-out, I think the approach would have been a whole lot different, and I'll probably sound like a couch Madden player saying that. But now you got to think, well, it's only a 10-point game now, and they have figured something out. On none of that did they look like the Vandal defense had figured out the passing game that the Pirates had gotten. So now they're going to have to keep it a 2-score game.
Hinch hands it off to Williams. Williams with a nice run. Looked like he was shot out of a cannon, so it was Fabian. So Fabian on the run. And Fabian's going to come off the field. And in will come DeQuavion Williams. DeQuavion Williams ran the ball nicely in that 1st half for the Vandals. Fabian had one of their 3 touchdowns. Go ahead, Coach.
No, I was just going to say, right now it's going to be a big drive, especially for number 40, Montrell Lewis, and number 54, Edric O'Neal. They're going to have to figure something out in the middle of that offensive line. and that's a good way to respond right there.
So Williams run up the middle. Going to be caught for a loss of 1. So after a strong run by Fabian, Williams follows it up. And, Coach, we see this Pine Tree front four getting some penetration, and they're able to get into the backfield. We've been seeing it, but finally right there able to come up with a stop.
Well, against a zone team like this, a very heavy zone team like this, it's not really about penetration, because penetration is actually what Van wants. They want you to go up the field and create those gaps where the running back and quarterback can just have their picking. Right here, you want to be able to occupy those offensive linemen so they don't get up to your linebackers. And right there, you kind of saw it. Aiden Smith and Wyatt were able to make the tackle.
Second down, Williams. And that was a better run. He'll gain some of the yards back, gain of 7. It's going to be second down and 4. Third down and 4.
Look for number 20. If number 20 motions into the backfield, it's kind of been an indicator that they're going to try that lead play up the middle. I'll be very surprised if he tries to go through the air on this, but 20 is in the huddle. And like I said, the interior defensive linemen for Pine Tree are really going to have to come through big on this play right here.
Third down and 5. 5:10 to go, third quarter. Hinch sets up the screen pass, and they've got it. Williams and the Pirates sniff it out, and they're going to stop him short of the marker. So that play was set up for success, but Boston Johnson sniffs it out, stays at home, and does exactly what he was coached to do on that screen pass and comes up with a stop. Now the Vandals with the decision to make on 4th down and 1. This is a big decision for Coach Moffitt.
I'll be surprised if he doesn't try to hard count, but it looks like they're going to go for it. There's the 2 up back. 20's in the backfield.
20 is in the backfield. Williams up, and there's that movement. Let's see. And the Pirates are going to call a Texas Semi-Trailers timeout. So no action there. There's going to be a pause in play for a Texas Semi-Trailers timeout. First timeout charged to the Pirates, and we're going to take a timeout. When we come back, it'll be 4th down and 1, Vandals.
Are you in the oil and gas industry and struggle securing the carriers you need to haul your freight? At PDQ America, we are focused on providing world-class freight solutions to the oil and gas industry. Whatever trailer you may need, we have the carrier network to ensure your shipment arrives on time, every time.
When I say I'm going to get something delivered, I'll come to you guys, and I have no doubt that I will either receive an email, a text, or a phone call to let me know how my load is proceeding, if it got there, and that everything went okay.
We're back. It's 4th down and 1. 4:28 to go, third quarter. On a beautiful night in Van, Texas. Hinch, quarterback keeper up the middle. He'll have the first down as he's brought to the ground by Anthony Anderson.
Not really sure how you stop that. It's kind of like the tush push in the NFL. It's, just a bunch of bodies in the middle, and you got a really strong runner back with your quarterback and your running back. Both of the runners in the Vandal backfield are very strong runners. So I really don't know how you stop that other than just blitzing both A gaps.
Well, and right now they seem like they have figured that out about the Pirates, that they're having a tough time stopping it. First down and 10. Pirates looking to get a stop. Williams is a tall running back, Coach. Not that they're right here in front of our broadcast position.
Yeah, they have him listed at 6 foot 170. Like I said, that's a big backfield. 6 foot, 6'3", 200, 170, and they're not very small on the outside either. Listed number 20 is 205, so you have a guy blocking and almost indicating where the play is going to go. 20 is a big indicator. If you watch him, it's usually where the ball is going to go if he's lined up close to the offensive lineman. Right now, he's kind of split out wide, so it'd be interesting to kind of see what they do, kind of indicating a play. There he goes, motioning inside.
Second down 3. Yeah, Coach, I just see Hinch. It looks like he takes a step right before the snap. Now, I don't know, maybe the ball's in the air when he's moving forward. Maybe I'm just being a little nitpicky, but I see it. There's just a little bit of movement there right before.
Yeah, it's kind of smart. Yeah, it does have a little bit of a gather step on it.
3rd down and 1.
Oh, man, that can happen.
And just breaking tackles is Parker Rainey, the running back for the Vandals. Now, Coach, last week, the Vandals were up against Dallas Carter, I think 2 or 3 scores, and Dallas Carter was able to come back in that 4th quarter and make a game of that. They got beat 38-35, but.
Well, when we saw Carter play last year, you know what they did to us, at least. They were very efficient in the passing game. And I mean, just explosive, just, playmakers on all sides of the field. And maybe that's what we'll do on offense, but we still got to figure out a way to stop Van on offense, and that's a good start right there.
Rainey again with the run, but brought down by number 40, Montrell Lewis, the junior defensive lineman. 2nd down.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Coach Blanco is kind of stunning those defensive linemen one way or the other. And really and truly, like I said, it'd be interesting if he's not stunning them into the direction of 20 to just go against the grain of the offensive line, get those guys in the gap, stifling the gap, and just making a pile and hoping that the linebackers like Wyatt right there was able to come over the top with the help of number 40 and make the tackle.
2nd down and 11. Hinch hands off Williams. Williams left side. And he's got a lane to the end zone, and he'll take it in for a PDQ America touchdown. 11-yard run by Williams will make the score 30-14 Vandals.
Yeah, a little bit more of an uphill battle, and that's probably, you asked after that Pine Tree touchdown to start off the 3rd quarter, what would Van's answer be? As Van makes the extra point, what Pine Tree's answer would be to keep the Pine Tree Pirates at bay, and I guess you have your answer there. It's going to be a heavy dose of running, keep the clock running, and limit your possessions. And really and truly, that's the worst thing for an offense, especially one that had gotten hot like the Pirates did at the beginning of the 3rd quarter.
No, Coach, you're exactly right. And the Pirate offense did exactly what it needed to come out and do, and that was put points on the board and make this a 2-score game, and they were able to do that. It was 24-14, but that drive right there lasting almost 7 minutes is capped off by an 11-yard touchdown run by DeQuavion Williams. So the Pirates they held it. They had a 4th down opportunity in Vandal territory, but not able to come up with a stop, and Vandals just running the ball well tonight on the Pirates.
And so you got to think that Van has a pretty good upper hand, playing with house money up more than 2 scores now, and thinking, every drive is 4-down territory just because they win so much on 1st and 2nd down. In order for Pine Tree to really pin their ears back, they're really going to have to capitalize on 1st and 2nd down, get Van behind the sticks, and play good defense after that.
And there's another fair catch by Rashad Wofford. The Pirates will start at their own 25-yard line. On their previous drive, they went 80 yards, capped off by an Attaway 4-yard touchdown run, his 2nd of the night. That drive lasted almost 6 minutes.
So that'll be the opposite for Pine Tree, now knowing that Van is probably going to hold on to the ball as much as they can. They're going to have to capitalize fast and furious. And you can do that with guys like Walford, Valentine, Boston Johnson. And then, of course, you have Attaway that you can slip right out of the backfield as well, and that can take off for a big touchdown at any point.
So here's a pass, and it's going to be picked off. Croft threw that into double coverage, and Boston Blaylock comes up with the interception. Tough break for the Pirates. There is a Shade Tree Minerals flag on the far sideline, waiting on the call, but it looks like the offense is headed towards the sideline. We'll see.
Yeah, I think it was a blindside block. Just can't do that in today's game anymore. Say what you want about the.
Oh, yeah, big block came in at the end of the play. Really an unnecessary block. They caught Jacaden Waters off guard, was just running after the runner, and I mean, a guy from Van just came out and smooth clocked him.
Yeah, back in the day, maybe that was an okay play. Not in today's game. And thankfully, you know, Jacaden is up. Looks like he's, you know, just got the air knocked out of him, I think.
That was number 22, Carter Admire, on the penalty.
All right, big drive for Pine Tree. Still over 12 minutes left to go in this game. Pirates still not out of it.
A lot of football left to play. If you're the Pirates, you can't give up right now, or this one could get out of hand. 14-31 Vandals. And a big hit, but I think there's going to be a face mask. Another Shade Tree Minerals flag. Good play by Anderson.
It'll be interesting what they call. Oh, you got it right.
Yeah, and that flag came in from the side and the secondary. So he was trying to make the tackle. Just got a little friendly with the face mask, so 15-yarder. They'll return the favor. First down and 10. So, Coach, this third quarter was moving along pretty good. Now we're hung up a little bit. Tough interception by Croft right there.
And, again, the same mindset that we were talking about up here. You know, if Van's going to take 6-7 minutes off the clock and it's going to limit your possessions, then you got to score fast. And that was all Croft tried to do. Really, you know, you called it, and I thought he really was setting up the screen because I really thought Attaway was out in the flat behind some linemen, and it almost looked like he just took the deeper route and didn't see that lingering safety that was just hanging around in the background. And just an unfortunate interception. I mean, 2 interceptions on the night. It's a very young season. A lot of things to learn and to kind of fix before district starts. But the turnover battle is not going in favor of the Pirates. I mean, you're talking about 3 turnovers for Van and 0 for Pine Tree. That's one thing that could really uplift this defense right now, is that they could get a turnover. But, you know, quarterback for Van's not really putting it up in the air very much. And when he does, it's a very safe passes, a very dink-dunk, hitches, flat routes. And these running backs run pretty hard and run with pretty good ball security.
31-14 is your score. 30 seconds to go, third quarter. And they're going to run an end around with some open field in front of him. Good run. That's Ian Hobson, the junior wide receiver.
Yeah, I think that'll take us to the end of the quarter, Mike.
So 9-yard carry for Hobson. Van does not look like they're in a rush to get a playoff, and they're going to be content with taking it to the fourth quarter. So we're going to flip the field and see if the Pirates can muster up something in this fourth quarter. It's 31-14 in Van, Texas, and we come back. It'll be fourth quarter.
Juicy's Taco. Fresh food fast.
Welcome back to Van, Texas, where it's the start of the fourth quarter. The Van Vandals are on top of your Pine Tree Pirates, 31-14. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors this season: Vera Bank, Croft Photography, Marketing with April, Longview Chamber of Commerce, East Texas Preferred Properties, Energy Weld Fab, Veteran Pride AC and Heat, Juicy's Taco, United Rental, PDQ America, Shade Tree Minerals, Texas Semi Trailers, Forrest Williams, Edward Jones, Kilgore College, and M6 Media. Thank you for your support of the Pine Tree Live broadcast. It is second down and 1. Vandals trying to get into the end zone, 31-14. They are in the Edward Jones red zone. Fabian run up the middle. He'll have it out to the 8-yard line. It'll be first down and goal for Van. First down and goal. Fabian in the backfield with Hinch. Fabian, the touchdown already tonight. Have it to the 2-yard line. It'll be second down and goal. Coach Van is just milking the clock. So they're just standing around waiting for it to wind down. 10 seconds. Fabian in the backfield, right side. And he'll take it in for a PDQ America touchdown. So Fabian's second touchdown of the night with 10:29 to go, 37-14 Vandals.
Yeah, just a heavy dose of run. And this one is putting it quite out of the reach of Pine Tree. Really don't want to get too greedy on the offensive side and risk another turnover. So it'll be interesting to see how Coach Bachman attacks this from here and maybe, you know, works on some things for next week for district. Obviously, you know, you want to be able to play good ball right now. And as we're talking about the district, Mike, you know, around the district, you got Palestine going against Jasper. Palestine losing right now 21-8. Lindale losing 24-21 to Mount Pleasant. Kilgore is taking it to White House 42-0. And Tyler Chapel Hill versus Gilmer, which I think was the big red zone game of the week, they're locked up at 20-20. Meanwhile, Henderson looks like they'll get their first win versus Liberty Ilo as they're up 31-0. So, you know, this district, the District of Doom is holding up to its name. Pine Tree struggling a little bit early on in this season. But again, these are just growing pains. I think we said the same thing a couple of years ago when we opened up with a loss against Van, and it was kind of looking a little bleak, and then we went on a couple of wins and got into the postseason. So nothing is to say that, you know, there can't be a plus to any of this. I think we talked about that last week, Mike, you know, that there are ways you can still find wins even in the losses.
Well, and this is the time of year, Coach, that moral victories and those victories that that aren't scoreboard victories, but they still find wins. We're still not at the point of the season that those kind of wins aren't okay. Now, you want to be putting up W's on the scoreboard, but also, I mean, if we were just playing pushover opponents, and we were putting at big numbers right now, would that be getting us ready for the District of Doom? That's the question you have to ask.
Yeah, and I think you're exactly right. And we talked to Bachman during media day, and we've obviously I get to talk to him quite a bit, but he wants to know how good they are real fast and what they need to work on real fast. I mean, getting wins isn't important to him. Getting the wins that matter, as in the ones in district and the ones in the playoffs, are the ones that matter to him. And I think he's told that to not only his team and his coaching staff, but also to the Pine Tree community. And I think we've been able to rally behind that and kind of evolve into that mindset as well.
Attaway with the run, brought down quickly for a gain of 1 yard, 2nd down and 9. And there's a pass from Croft. Should be complete. It's right at the 1st down marker, and it will move the chains. So 1st down, good catch by Homer. Tyburn having a good game this evening.
Yeah, I really like him. I like Walford. I mean, we've been very spoiled, I guess is the word I could use, here at Pine Tree, having some really good wide receiving core. Here in the past, I would say in the past 4 to 5 years, Josh Fuller, and guys like Jordan Taylor. I think that's what I meant.
Con right there, Attaway. You can see he's got the breakaway speed. He's just got to get past that first level.
Yeah, and he's going to be able to do that. And again, this is an offensive line, not a whole lot of varsity starts under its belt, and that's on them to get to the first level and then build to the second level and get bodies on those linebackers and open up the gaps for Attaway.
2nd down and 8. 8:25 to go in the ball game. Croft play action, goes deep right side, and there's a big hole, and that's definitely going to draw some laundry. 60% of the time, every time, that's going to be a penalty.
A little slow on the draw for that ref on that flag, because my goodness, I was about to throw something yellow out there, just to throw something. Wow. And that's the thing. I'm sorry,
Coach, put your shirt back on. They got the flags on the field. It's okay.
But that's the thing that I see. I mean, we have so many weapons that we can use, and it's just all about getting them to gel at the right time. And right now, it's not the right time. Could it be? Could it have been? Yeah. Obviously, everybody wants those wins. But I'd rather suffer now and celebrate later than celebrate now and not have very many celebrations later on. And we're going to need it. I mean, heck, I just read the scores off to you. The District of Doom is holding up to its name right now all around. 42 points by Kilgore. You don't think we're getting ready for that?
And shutting out White House on top of that. Croft going back to the air, hits his receiver. That's Valentine. Valentine makes a move. He'll hop it out. It's a gain of 14 yards.
Yeah.
1st down, Pirates.
This wide receiving core has the makings of being kind of like that receiving core from last year, with Brandon Smith, Jordan Taylor. Now you got Ashton Valentine, Homer, Boston Johnson. Got some guys that can really move.
Attaway with the run, has it out to the 27-yard line, gain of 4. 2nd down.
And to be fair, Mike, I think we talk a lot about Coach Hampton and him moving on to Hallsville, who we'll see in a couple of weeks. But one thing that we also changed was offensive line coaches. Coach Matt Bryant ended up getting out of the education field, and then comes in Coach Copeland and Coach Trey Stearns, who have been melding this offensive line into a different mentality as well.
And doesn't look like any blood there. That was close to disaster. Third down. As we cross the 7-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. Once again, like to thank some of our sponsors: Energy Weld Fab, Veteran Pride AC and Heat, Juicy's Taco, United Rental, as well as the Longview Chamber of Commerce, East Texas Preferred Properties, and Croft Photography. Thank you for your support this season. If you would like to advertise with Pine Tree Live, please feel free to get in touch with us. You can go on Facebook to M6 Media or M6 Drone. Send us a message. We'd love to have your support on the broadcast as Croft's pass is batted down on 3rd down and 9. So that will bring up 4th down for the Bucks.
You know, if you like to say that the offense can play with house money when they have a big lead, so can the defense. And that defense coordinator for Van now just kind of drawing stuff in the dirt and being able to get some pressure to Croft, knowing that Croft has the arm and we have the weapons on the outside that could get a quick score if we allow him to.
4th down and 9. Bachman's calling his play into Croft. Croft's giving a little frustration, not getting the play, and it's going to be a Texas Semi-Trailers timeout for the Pirates. That'll be their second charge timeout of the second half. They'll have one remaining, and we'll take a break. When we come back, 4th down and 9, Pirates. Ahoy and welcome back to Mal Fowler Field at Van Memorial Stadium in Van, Texas. We're about an hour down the road on I-20. Decent crowd tonight for the Pirates. They showed up. We appreciate your support on the broadcast. 4th down, 9. Croft goes the air, and nobody's home.
There's a flag, though.
Incomplete, but flag, is it in the backfield? Where's this flag at?
It's right there, right behind where Croft was. So.
Okay, and Croft was on the ground. All right, so they hit Croft below the knees. That's going to be a 15-yard penalty every time. So big penalty on the Vandals on 4th down and 9. They get the stop, but they hit Croft low. And that's going to keep the drive going for the Pirates, and it'll put them inside the Edward Jones red zone. So now they're down to the 15-yard line. So nice turn of events after that penalty for the Pirates. And the Vandals will take their first charge Texas Semi-Trailers timeout of the night, and we'll take another timeout. We come back, 1st down and 10.
Capture the world from new heights with M6 Drones and Media. We are your one-stop shop for all things media, offering top-notch aerial photography and videography services that will elevate your content to the next level. Whether it's capturing breathtaking landscapes, covering events with our expert event photography, or even live broadcasting, we've got you covered. With our state-of-the-art equipment and skilled team, your vision will come to life like never before. Let us take your storytelling to new heights.
38-14 is your score in Van, Texas, with 6:25 to go in the ball game.
Looks like Moffitt was still a little upset about that call.
And Croft drops back to pass, looking to the end zone, and he hits his receiver. We'll see if they call it a catch. They're saying incomplete. Looked like he was in bounds. It was close. He was fighting for the ball. That one
Don't think he had possession before he hit out of bounds.
That one intended for Chris Nichols.
And I'm telling you, they've been looking for that. Him, Brick Bratton, they've both been right there on the cusp of making big receptions right there. So that fullback, tight end out of the backfield, that's going to be a pretty good play for the Pirates for the weeks to come.
Yeah, Coach, that was close. Watching the replay, I think it could have went either way. Probably the right call. 2nd down and 10. 6:20 to go in the game. 38-14. Pirates looking for some life. Attaway up the gun. Short gain, 3 yards. So 3rd down, 7.
One thing we haven't talked about, Mike, is the Pirates not really getting a whole lot of flags, and really both teams not. There hasn't been a whole lot of flags tonight. Of course, there's been a couple of unsportsmanlike ones on part of Van, but for the most part, it's been a pretty clean game and pretty okay.
Croft going to the air. He's looking to the end zone. That's going to be caught. The 7-yard line. So it looked like he was looking at the end zone, but it was short of it. Well short, actually. Gain of 6. So Croft showing a little bit more accuracy here in this 4th quarter, Coach.
Yeah, definitely. And, I think that's a little bit to do with how Van's playing. Van is daring him to throw it, and so he is taking the dare and putting the ball up in the air as we see the big package come back in for Pine Tree. David Lively and Chris Nichols both coming into the offensive huddle.
That was really an athletic play by Wofford. And there's Attaway running hard. He'll pick up the 1st down and move the Pirates closer to the end zone. So on 4th down, the Pirates convert. 1st down and goal as they rush to get back on top of the ball. Croft, handoff, Attaway, met behind the line. So the Vandals able to get in the backfield quickly and shut that run down. 2nd down and goal.
Earlier I was talking about the lack of penalty flags from both teams, a couple of unsportsmanlike. I think we had a face mask for Pine Tree that kind of kept a play going, or kept the drive going. So a lot of things to work on, but still it's only week 2 of the season.
Croft, slant route, end zone, touchdown. And that's Rashad Wofford on the PDQ America PT TD Pine Tree touchdown. The 5-yard touchdown pass. Croft to Wofford, his 2nd consecutive week with a touchdown pass, has the Pirates on the board, 38-20. Ibarra on for the extra point. Johnson will be the holder. Ibarra's kick is up, and it's good. Johnson's hold. He had to be a little athletic with that one, but he got it down in time. 38-21 is the score, 3:44 to go, 4th quarter. We are back live in Van, Texas, where Colton Croft, quarterback for the Pirates, just hit Wofford on a 5-yard touchdown pass, and going on the onside on the onside kick. Pirates trying to get it and not able to. Laying a big hit right there was Anthony Anderson. But Vandals able to come up with it. So 38-21 is your score. 3 minutes and 42 seconds to go in the game. Pirates would need a miracle of sorts to be able to come back in this one. But still enough time to stop and get the ball back for one more opportunity. But down 3 scores, it's going to be a difficult challenge to get back in this football game.
And on that onside kick, I mean, the ball did exactly what you wanted it to do. Maybe angle it a little bit more towards the sideline, but it took the right kind of bounce. Just Pirates not being able to capitalize right there. Just a little bit too steep of an angle on the kick from Julian Ibarra as Van picks up a couple of yards. Be really surprised if they even try to put it up in the air.
So, Coach, next week, the Pirates will be back home in Longview, where the Dallas Carter Cowboys will travel from Dallas to Longview, play the Pirates. Last year, the Pirates got on the road and traveled up to Dallas Carter, where they took a win. So this year, the Cowboys get to come play on Pirates turf. Vandals, strong run here, has the first down. And that should get us down to this new 2-minute warning that was introduced.
Yeah, we were talking about Dallas Carter coming down and playing us next week, and just like the Pirates are very well and looking to become, looks like Dallas Carter will also be looking for its first win, as they are trailing Frisco Panther Creek 49-7.
So there's a timeout on the field for the 2-minute, 2-minute timeout is what they're calling it. So 2-minute timeout here in Van, and we'll take a short timeout. We come back. 2 minutes to go in the ball game. 38-21, Vandals. Two minutes to go in the ball game. Vandal ball, first down and 10 at the Pirate 42-yard line. And right there running the ball for the Vandals is Matt Oxford. Tonight, Marcus Fabian had 2 touchdown runs for the Vandals, as well as quarterback Raleigh Hinch also had 2 runs. So the Pirate defense, though, Coach, giving up over 35 points for 2 consecutive weeks.
I don't know if I would call it 2 consecutive weeks. I mean, a fumble return last week, that was 6 points.
Correct.
And then
Correct.
A blocked field goal that turned into another 6 points. So
That's
that
right.
was 12 of those points. I mean,
So defense not totally giving up that, but Pirates figuring out a way.
Oh, yeah, 100%. In the end, Pine Tree has given up over 35 points in a ball game. and that has to be limited. I mean, obviously you can't do that against good teams, and as Coach Bachman has pointed out in multiple media days and multiple discussions that we've had with him, which we are very thankful that he takes the time to sit down with us and give us that kind of insight. But as he's pointed out time and time again, there's no easy teams on this schedule. They just, in fact, I think they just get better. Really and truly, I mean, I would like to see Gilmer and Van play.
Yeah.
That'd be a good matchup. And I think they're in the same district. So,
well, just what I'm seeing from the Pirates right now is the first quarter, both weeks, the Pirates looked really good, but there was a lull in the middle of the game and the second, between the midway through the second quarter and midway through the third quarter, that seems to be a lull where other teams are finding opportunity on the Pirates, and we saw that last week against Gilmer. Pirates opened up strong. They were hitting hard right out of the gates, and then in the middle, that's where the mistakes were made. But then they finished quite strong. Pirates tonight started hot in the middle of the game. It seemed to wander a little bit, but now finishing strong. 2 of your 3 drives in the second half, you come away with touchdowns. But Van has been able to play ball control really well in the second half, not giving the Pirates really any opportunity. I wouldn't say that the Pirates necessarily lost this second half. I think Van has just played a very strong second half and put the Pirates in some predicaments. But, Coach, by no means do I think the Pirates are like I think they're in a good spot. You know, you'd love to be 2-0, but you're finding out with a young team, a lot of new starters, you're finding out where some of your weaknesses are. And ultimately, you're going to give these coaches exactly that, an opportunity to coach and get these players better.
100%. And we did a little bit better on multiple facets tonight. You may not think so, with the result being what it is as the last few seconds come off the clock here at Van Memorial Stadium, but no block field goals. Punts were relatively really well, so special teams got a little bit better. And so, you know, take your wins where you can. Tough opponent right here, very good opponent. Van looks different than they did last year, and even to say that, when we beat them last year, they were still a good team, and it was still a close game. So, you know, going to definitely learn from this, and it sucks to say that because I'm not a guy to really harp on the whole, you know, moral victories, moral wins. That gets old. That means that you get used to losing. You start making losing normal. And when you really factor in or try to really harp on the moral victories. But at the same time, we know what Coach Bachman and this Pirate football staff are doing right now, and they're building this team ready for what is to come. And what is to come is the District of Doom and a very tough, you know, first and second round out of the district and into the playoffs.
Thank you for sticking with us here on the Vera Bank Pine Tree Live broadcast. And thank you to Craw Photography for sponsoring our post-game show this season. The Van Vandals have taken one from the Pirates, 38-21 in Van, Texas tonight. Pirates not able to come away with a victory, but figuring some things out. Not an easy opponent tonight. Van improves to 2-0, and the Pirates will go to 0-2 on the season. Next week, the Pirates will be at home in Longview, Texas. So show up early and show up loud for your Pirates, where the Dallas Carter Cowboys will be visiting. Pirates able to beat the Dallas Carter Cowboys last year. So now Carter Cowboys come to Pine Tree to face the Pirates. But tough game tonight for the Pirates in Van. And we're on the road tonight, so we're going to wrap it up pretty quick. Coach, what are your final words for this evening?
I think you summed it up really, really well. Tough game, tough matchup. Van, very good team. Look to see them make a run if they're able to get into the playoffs, depending on how they do in the district. And it sucks to say, but man, we're already at the number of losses that we were at all last season, and that's not to give a damper on this season, but it's also to just show how special last season was, and that is to say that this season can still be special. 2 losses You know, very few teams are able to make the Cinderella story and get to Jerry World without any losses. You got to go through your bumps and bruises to grow, and this team will grow. And so, very excited about homecoming week next week. So, you know, it's early on in the season. Homecoming week, going to be a lot of festivities, a lot of distractions, and Coach Bachman and his staff and this football team are going to have to kind of, you know, muddle out the noise, because people are going to say, oh, what's wrong? Y'all are 0-2. You know, what's going on? What's happening? What are y'all going to do? There's nothing really to do. You really just, you know, punch the clock, go to work, and get better. And in the end, that's what Coach Bachman and this Pirate football team will do. And I'm very excited to see what they come out and show us at Pirate Stadium next Friday.
Well, Coach, it's always a pleasure getting to hang out with you on Friday nights, whether win or lose. It's always a good time, and always enjoy hanging out with you, Pine Tree Nation. Not the result we were hoping for tonight, but they always aren't, but we do love hanging out with you, and thank you for your support of Pine Tree Athletics, and thank you to the faculty and staff, including Superintendent Steve Cluxton, High School Principal Beeper Kraus, Head Football Coach Jason Bachman, and Athletic Director Jacob Holder. Also, thank you to our 2025 sponsors, including our post-game and broadcast sponsor, Verabank, and the Pine Tree Live broadcast team of color commentator Coach Angel Rocha, cinematographers Calvin and Robert, and our engineer Larry Mahan with M6 Media. We look forward to seeing you again next Friday when the Pirates are at home for homecoming in Longview against the Dallas Carter Cowboys. This is Michael Clements Jr. signing off from Mowflower Field at Van Memorial Stadium in Van, Texas. Ahoy, good night, go Pirates.